Let's begin. The first topic of this TOC, in Chomsky hierarchy, we have how many classes? There is one class which is type 3, correct? Very smallest class. This type 3 class has lot of languages. How many languages are there in this type 3? How many languages are there in this type 3? Infinite languages are there. The type 3 class is called as set of all regular languages. So we call regular class, but don't call regular language. Okay. All regular languages are there in this. And each language that you see here, right? This is L1, right? This is called as one regular language. Are you able to understand the difference between the box and dot? The box has all regular languages and dot is one regular language. Correct? So we are trying to understand what is this L1, L2, L3, L4, but we are not going to understand what is this box. Of course, we don't understand right now what is the box because there are infinite regular languages, but we can try what is L1, what is L2, what is L3 one by one. Getting? So in this chapter, we will try to find out what is each L correspond to. How do you understand that each Li? Got my point? Now again I'm asking, are you trying to understand the box or are you trying to understand L? What is important in this first chapter? L. Okay. Once you are comfortable with this each L, if you want to understand this box, you cannot understand right now. It will take time. For that, you may have a different machine, not the what we are learning now. Okay. So focus on that. We are trying to understand what is each L. Is it regular? Yes, it is regular. So how do you understand? Correct. So this each Li is called as regular language. And how do you understand regular languages? Okay. But there are infinite regular languages. It may take years to understand all the regular languages, or it may take infinite number of years because there are infinite number of languages to understand. Okay. I hope you understood what I am trying to say. This topic is about regular languages. What is the topic name? Regular languages. To understand these regular languages, we have different models. The one model is called as regular expression. That is the first topic for us. Regular expressions. The second model is the finite automata. The next model we will learn slowly, a grammar. Right. One by one, what is the expression, what is the automata, what is the grammar? Slowly we'll get to know. I'm ready to start. The first model is called as regular expression. Then why we use regular expression? Later we'll understand why we use this and this. Okay. Once we complete all the three, we'll combine and we'll compare all of them. Okay, let's begin the session with the first topic, regular expression. And look at these two terms, regular and expression. The name itself has much meaning. Regular represent, it is used to represent regular languages. Expression represent, it uses an expression to describe a language, right? So the regular expression means it's going to use an expression to describe a regular language. Regular expression is an expression that represents a regular language, correct? So what it is used to represent? It represents which language? regular language. Then what is regular language? That's what we are trying to understand, what is regular language. Okay. But how it represents? Of course, if you want to understand regular language, you need this model, or you need finite element, or you need regular grammar, right? You cannot write now, you cannot write these models because you are not aware. So first we'll understand regular expression, then we will get to know how to write an expression. Now to write an expression, you need the four operators. How many operators you require? Four operators. It uses four operators to represent a language. What are those four operators? There are binary operators, there are unary operators. Two binary operators and two unary operators. In this binary operators, we have OR and concatenation. And unary, we have star and plus. Kleene, star, you can simply call star. Kleene plus. Simply you can call plus. In future, if you want to look at how they are going to be, you can see R1 plus R2. The plus is called as R. Concatenation we write like R1 dot R2. The dot is called as concatenation of two expressions. Kleene star is a unary operator, so one expression you will apply the star. And Kleene plus also same as star, but the symbol is plus. So we have how many operators here? So we require to understand these four operators, then only you will understand how to write an expression. Are you getting? Whenever you learn, once you learn all these four operators, then you will start understanding how to write an expression. Are we ready to start? One by one. Of course, not at all easy. And I'm telling you again, in case if you are not able to understand any expression in future, that means you forgot the definition of this four. Anybody is confusing plus dot star plus, that means you are not having clear idea of what are they for. Okay. First we'll take the heading R. What is the first operator? R. R you can represent like plus, you can represent union, you can represent bar. There are many ways to represent the symbol. So we use the plus, but sometimes some textbooks uses union, sometimes uses bar. So all these three are same, use same purpose for R. Okay. So now I'm just writing R1 plus R2. How do you speak R1 plus R2? Either R1 or R2. Simply R1 or R2. You can speak like that. If anybody want to understand what is this plus, how to understand, first what we do, we look at what is R first. Getting my point? Before writing the plus, what is this R? In general, very simple terminology, what is R for? Okay. I'm going to explain first some notations we may require. Let's say sigma is equal to A comma B. For this, I will write some of the important points. Okay. Epsilon A B pi W. I want you to understand each one carefully. Okay. Not easy sometimes. Okay. The first point. Can I call epsilon is a symbol here? For this sigma, epsilon, is it a symbol? I'm asking a question. I am talking about here symbol. Is this the first one, epsilon? Is it a symbol? Just only one answer, symbol or not? It is not a symbol. Epsilon, A and B are symbols, not this one. That's what first you should know. This is not a symbol. This is a symbol. This is a symbol. And again, it is not a symbol. For this sigma, only A and B are symbols. Double A is not a symbol. Everybody clear? Never do a mistake understanding the basic concepts. Got it? Everybody, string or not, second, we'll see later. First, who is the symbol among all of them? Should have a clarity. A is a symbol, B is a symbol, because that is mentioned in the sigma, which shows what are symbols. You cannot decide, I can't decide. In this sigma, A and B are symbol. In another sigma, if my sigma is something like that, epsilon comma pi, then this two can act as a symbol, not A and B. Are you getting? The sigma will decide who is a symbol. In another sigma, you may have double A comma double B, then double A can act as a symbol. That is the first thing you should know. What is the symbol? Whoever is there in the sigma, they are the symbols not remaining. Got it? Any doubt? The first point, most important point, what is a symbol? Okay, now who is string here? For this sigma, who is a string here? Okay, please, I want you to answer who is the string here. Can I call epsilon is a string? Yes, it's called as empty string. Can I call A is a string? Yes, one length string. It is a string but called as one length string, and this is zero length string. And it is also a string, and that is one length string. But pi is not a string. Remember, pi is never be a string. Then what is it? What is it, this pi? We will get to know. Pi is not a string, not a symbol, but it is, you can call set or you can call expression, but that gives nothing. It is not a string. And this is a string of two length. Any doubt in this again? Who is a string, who is not a string? Except pi, everybody is a string, but some are zero length strings, some are one length strings, some are two length strings. Okay. Now, if somebody asks you, who is the set here? Is this a set? No. Correct? This is not a set. This is not a set, because if it is a set, you should have a bracket. Is this a set? No. Is this set? No. Is this set? Yes. It is empty set, you can call it as. Is this set? No. You able to understand who is a set, who is a symbol, who is a string? Pi, why we call set? It is called as empty set. But when it comes to, be careful, when it comes to expression, which expression? Regular expression. Are you getting? Regular expression. Now, can you think about who are expressions here? This is expression. This is also expression. This is also expression. And this is also expression. And this is also expression. Able to understand? All are expressions here. This is what you need to learn. Okay. No, it's not cut here. I have written the same way. Did I write anything? REG, nothing cut. It was showing same exactly what was written. Okay. All right. Everybody able to understand what is symbol which is there in the sigma? What is a string? Using these symbols, you can form the string, maybe 0 symbols, maybe 1 symbol, maybe 2 symbols, but this is not a string. Okay. And who is a set? If you want a set, you should have a bracket. This is called as set, correct? And this is also called as pi because it has nothing inside. And this is a set, but nobody is a set in this. If you want a set, you can have at least epsilon inside, or you can have somebody from here. Bracket is must. And who is expression? All are expressions. So they have a meaning. They have meaning. What meaning you have? Here, if anybody asks the language generated by epsilon, you should say it is having only epsilon. If anybody asks what is the language generated by A, then you should say it is having only A. If you ask what is the language generated by B, then you should say it has only B. What is the language generated by pi? Then you should say it is having nothing. It is also called as a pi. And what is the language generated by double A? Then you should say I have only one string. Able to understand? Okay. So we are beginning with expressions. So people confuse us between epsilon and pi. Now you have a clarity. Epsilon is not a symbol. It is a string. It is not a set. It is expression because it generates one string. That is also epsilon. And when somebody talks about pi, pi is not a symbol. Even pi is not a string, but epsilon is a string. And pi is a set, but epsilon is not a set. And pi is expression because it generates no string at all. Any doubt, please let me know. I'll discuss. Expression not started, Karthik. I'm going to start expressions. Now, expressions will use operators, but these expressions, they don't have operators. To understand what is expression, I'm started just now without using operator. Without using operator. Corresponding language I'm explaining here. If you write an expression, and not started at all expressions. Expressions uses operators. I'm using nothing here. If I write epsilon, what it generates? It generates a language which has epsilon. If I write 1a, what it generates? It generates a language which has a. And if I write pi, what it generates? It generates nothing. It's also called as a pi. But both are different. This is what your language mathematical set, and this is a TOC regular expression. When you are writing this, you need to understand the language what is correspond to. We are going to start soon the A plus B, not explained, right? I'm starting now. Plus means R, it generates either A or B. So in language, it will have only two strings, either A or B. It will have two strings, A as well as B, in the language. So this is what I'm trying to explain. But before starting this, I just want you to confirm, oh, when you don't have even operators, they are called as expressions. Got it? Expression which uses four operators, but special expressions, they do not have any operators. Okay? Because I'm writing R, right? Many times I say R. R means who is R? It could be anyone in the world. It could be without operator or it could be with operator. It could be even bigger than that. But what is R correspond to? Some language. Are we ready? First operator we are discussing the R1 plus R2. Anybody want to represent R1 plus R2? They can write R1 plus R2. They can write R1 union R2. They can write R1 bar R2. All are same. What is the meaning of that? If you are writing R1 plus R2, what it generates? It generates a language which is generated by R1 union language which is generated by R2. So if anybody asks what is the language generated by this, you should say this one, right? So you can say language generated by R1 plus R2, you will be having union of two languages in mathematics. Okay. So now look at, if I write A plus B, is it expression or not? Yes, it is expression. It is expression. It is not a set, it is not a symbol, not a string, but it is expression. Then what it does, can it generate A? Can it generate a B? Can it generate double A? Can it generate AB? Can it generate a BA? Can it generate a BB? Only it can generate AB, but it can't generate these things. Why? Because plus is there. Either you can go this side or this side. When you go this side, you will generate A. When you go this side, you will generate a B, but you cannot take both at a time. Got it? What is A plus B means? It generates only two strings. If anybody asks, what is the language? Then what do you answer? The language is A comma B only. Of course, it is also a sigma for you. The sigma has A comma B. Got it? So we'll practice first A plus B, how to understand more in detail. Okay. These all are expressions only. Go ahead. What will you understand? I want a simplified answer. Like epsilon plus epsilon, will it be generating other than epsilon? No, right? So can I write epsilon only? If I look at a language, I will have only one epsilon string. So I want to fill the remaining. You want me to number it? Yes. Write a number and write an answer. Take 1 minute time. Let's see how many of you do the mistakes. Of course, you should do the mistake so that we can correct it in the class itself. Remember one thing, pi generates nothing, epsilon generates only epsilon, a generates only a. Then how will you conclude the answers? You can try to simplify it if you can understand. This plus is not a mathematical plus, remember. It is the R operator. Yeah, you can write a set or you can write the simplified answer. Is your choice. Rahul is writing a language. That's fine. Okay. I think most of you are able to answer except one or two statements. Okay. Now, here epsilon plus phi, right? Epsilon plus pi. If you ask a language, what will you do? Language generated by epsilon union language generated by pi. Correct? For this, you will generate only epsilon. For this, you will generate nothing. So overall, you will get epsilon only now. So when I look at an expression, can I simply write epsilon rather than epsilon plus pi? Because pi generates no string, epsilon generates one string. Overall, in the union, you will get only one string. It's just union of two languages indirectly. Everybody got this point? Some people are writing epsilon comma pi. No, but that's okay. It's already given, right? Why do you write a pi separately? Pi cannot do even one string. So pi you can ignore. And epsilon plus a, please understand, epsilon plus a, when you do it, you will get two strings. You cannot ignore plus epsilon, you cannot ignore a, because epsilon generates epsilon, a generates a. When you do the union, you will have two strings. It's not a one string. Correct? Some people are writing only epsilon, some people are writing only a, some people are writing something else. Okay, so you will not get simplified answer because it is already simplified. If you want to write a plus epsilon, you can write, but you can't. What? You cannot ignore or delete this one of them. If you want, you can write a plus epsilon. Is that clear? If you want, you can write a plus epsilon, but you can't ignore any of these two. And pi plus pi is just pi only because you get nothing. Pi plus epsilon, epsilon plus pi, both are same, which will be epsilon. Pi plus a, pi can't give even single string, so you can depend on only a. Just like 0 in mathematics, like 0 plus 2, what do you write? 2. There 0 acts as identity, here pi acts as identity. That's why 0 will not have an importance in the plus. And a plus a, both you are taking, so overall you get the same string, that is a. And this one is exactly same as this one, 3 only, correct? A plus pi, this does nothing, but this gives you a. Okay, epsilon plus a is one mistake everybody does. So you can, I will put 3 star here. Remaining are all easy. All are easy remaining. Got it? So two important points here, like r plus pi, pi plus r is equal to, what is it? R. Why this happens? Because this pi is identity expression. Oh, it is expression, right? Identity expression for plus. That operator, for this operator, pi acts as identity. Pi is not identity for every operator, remember. For this operator, this pi acts as identity. That's why r plus pi, pi plus r will be r only. Another point, r plus r, you can always write as r. Right, idempotent law, idempotent law. So r plus r, you will get r in this case. So these are some properties which will help you to do quick simplification. Whenever you see r plus r, just write r. Whenever you see r plus pi, just write r. Okay. Can we go to the next operator? Also remember some of the properties if you want, like r1 plus r2. Can I write as r2 plus r1? Yes, you can write. This property is called as commutative law. Commutative property. And this one is identity property. This is idempotent property. Fourth one, even associativity is there. Like 3 expressions are there, and there are 2 operators. And which operator you will evaluate first? It doesn't matter, because even you evaluate first, or even you will evaluate second one first, then you will get the same answer. This property is called as associativity. Take the next one, commutative. Sorry, concatenation. How do you represent this concatenation operator? You may use R1 dot R2, or you can use without a dot. Can you see? Both are same meaning. You can write without a dot or with dot, will have the same meaning. Like in mathematical expressions, you write A into B or AB, will be multiplication only, right? Product. Similar to that, our concatenation is just looks like a product only, but not a product, right? Mathematical product is different. This expressions concatenation is different. What is the meaning of this? You have to remember R1 followed by, there is an order here, R1 followed by R2. Means after R1, R2 should come, but not any other order. Example, if I write A, B, write A dot B. Now with this, can you get A? Can you get a B? Can you get double A? Can you get AB? Can you get a BA? Can you get a BB? What will you get from here? A you don't get, B you don't get, double A you don't get, only you get AB. Are you able to understand? Because A followed by B, here there is no single A, there is no single B. Here you have both A followed by B. Many people misunderstand this expression because they only try to get A. That is wrong. Here A is a part of the string but not a complete. Everybody getting? From this expression, you can only get A, B and not any other. When will you get only A? In case if you are writing A epsilon, here you will get only A. Why? The meaning of this A epsilon, after A there is no symbol. Are you getting? A means one symbol, epsilon means no symbol. A epsilon you can write A. Got it? So epsilon, epsilon, you can write only one epsilon. The reason is what? Because epsilon means zero symbol followed by zero symbol, it is zero symbol, correct? So concatenation is very important in this chapter. Are we ready to practice? Go ahead. Epsilon followed by epsilon means zero symbol followed by zero symbol. What will you get? Zero symbols only. And the problem with this is, can you get any string from here? Like epsilon dot pi. From here, can you get any string? Is there any string possible? Here already epsilon is there. Here no string is there. How will you get a string from this thing? Impossible to get a string from this. Here also there is a string, here also there is a string, you can take and concatenate, you can produce. But here you get nothing. Get nothing. So something followed by nothing, you will get nothing only. Correct? So it is very important, pi. And epsilon dot a, I said epsilon dot a is just like you have a dot, you have a, here 0 symbols are there. You can simply write a. Here actually nobody is there. Nobody is there, but that has a meaning. So what is the difference between pi and epsilon? Epsilon means if there is a string, pi means there is no string in it. Right? From epsilon, if you ask what string you will give, epsilon will give. From pi, what string will it give? No string at all. Okay, so very, you have much difference between these two. Here you can't get a string, but you can get a string. Epsilon dot a, you get a meaning, that is a. Pi dot a, you will get a no meaning at all, because pi will give you nothing, then you can't concatenate with anybody. Okay, pi dot pi, again pi. Pi dot epsilon, pi dot anything is pi. Okay, I'm writing first property, like if you have a property like r dot pi and pi dot r, what will you get? You'll get pi. Here pi is called as a dominator, annihilator. Dominator for whom? Not for everybody, only for the dot operator. And thus dominator also called as here annihilator. Second point, if you look carefully, observe anything dot epsilon, epsilon dot whatever you take, you will get the answer r only. Why? Because epsilon is identity for whom? For dot operator. For plus, pi is identity. For dot, epsilon is identity. Pi and epsilon both are identity for different operators. Okay, a dot epsilon is a only. Pi, and this one is double a. You can't ignore one of the a. R dot r, you will get basically r square. But r square, will it be r or not? That depends on expression. For this, double a is the right answer, and a dot a, you can't write a single a. But a dot epsilon, you can write a single a. But a dot a is not a single a, it is a double a. Okay, blunder mistake if anybody is doing, a dot a is equal to a is completely out of concept. Okay, never write that. Okay, third, if anybody says r1 dot r2, can I say r2 dot r1? R1 dot r2 equal to r2 dot r2 r1. This is not going to hold, correct? So do not apply this property. R1 dot R2 is equal to R2 R1 may fail. Sometimes may be true, sometimes will fail. Okay, that's why this property will not hold. These two properties you have, and the fourth one, if you want, you can use associative. This is a commutative, right? Commutative will fail, no doubt. But associative is okay because you're not changing the order of operands. Whether you do the first concatenation or second concatenation, but overall the order will be same, R1 followed by R2 followed by R3. So this property holds. This property name is associative. Okay, I'm looking at doubts. If you have any doubts, let me know. Yes, correct. Shubhadana. Is Dash correct? Order of the operands will not matter because already associative now. Plus satisfies associative commutative, right? Now, whenever you have a problem now onwards, See, A plus B plus C. A plus B is there. Can I write a B plus A? All right. Both will give the same strings now. But if I have A dot B, can I write a B dot A? No. Because the string order change. This is a AB, that is a BA. Both strings are different. Getting everybody? Here the language what you get from this, the language you get A comma B. Doesn't matter what you write B comma A or A comma B, because order never depends. But this one, A dot B means you will get AB string. B dot A means you will get BA string. Both are different, right? But A plus B or B plus A, whenever you have A comma B, can I write a B comma A? Obviously, because the set never depends on order. When you're collecting the objects as a set never depends on the order of the elements. Okay. So when you are writing a plus, order doesn't matter. I can write A plus AB plus BB. I can write A plus double B plus AB. I can write double AB plus A plus BB. All are same, because they generates the same language. 3 strings it will have. The 3 strings order doesn't matter. Are you able to conclude? But when you have a concatenation, you cannot switch, because commutative is very important for them. Okay, for plus, it is associative and it is commutative, so you can switch and you can prioritize as per your requirement. Any doubt? The very interesting property is distributive. Now we know R in concatenation, so somebody can use one operator over other operator. Example, A plus, first I will use a different one, A dot B plus C. Now can I apply, this is called as a dot over the plus. Dot over plus. Can I apply that? A dot B plus A dot C. This distribution is called as concatenation distributed over the plus. You can simply say dot over plus. And this is a left distribution. You can also do from right distribution, like A plus B dot C. Now from right side you can distribute. In that case, A dot C plus B dot C. Again, I'm saying this is also dot over plus, but dot is distributed from left side. Here dot is distributed from right side. So we call it as right distribution. We call this as left distribution. Okay, and these two distributions you can apply, because both will give you the same set of strings. Everybody, if you observe carefully, the strings what you get here is AC and here BC. And here A dot C, there is no other way. You should get the same string, B dot C. You can't get any other strings, right? So from this expression and this expression, you will get the same set of strings. But when you apply plus over dot, then you are in danger. Plus over dot. Do from any side. Example, A plus B dot C. And if you try to apply plus over the dot, A plus B dot A plus C. In digital logic, you can apply, because there plus means or, dot means and. But here dot means concatenation. So the result is different. So this is going to be not holds, because sometimes we equal, sometimes not equal. And if you look at here, the strings you will have A plus B, A comma BC. There are only two strings possible here. But when you look at here, A dot A double A comes, A dot C AC comes, and B dot A BA generated, and B dot C BC generated. Now here four strings comes, here only two strings, and if they are equivalent, then both should generate same set of strings. So that is the reason it cannot be distributed, right? You can distribute dot over plus, but you can't distribute plus over dot in TOC, regular expressions. And the same concept is there in digital logic. There both will hold. Remember, both holds, left or right, and dot over plus, plus over dot, because there dot and plus used for different purpose, here for different purpose. Okay. Now this Kleene star is different from all other operators like R and concatenation. It is unary operator, right? It is unary operator. So this you can simply call star. Even sometime you can call Kleene closure. Star is the best word. Or star. What is the meaning of this R star? A Kleene star of R, or a Kleene closure of R. It means 0. That is very important. 0 or more repetitions of R. Means R you can repeat 0 or more times. Simply you can say R which is greater than or equal to 0. What it means? You can have R power 0 here. If you want, you can write R power 1 if you want it. You can write R power 2. You can write R power 3. Is your choice. You have all the possibilities. Able to understand? If anybody want to represent infinite language, you have to take the support of this Kleene star or Kleene plus, next one. Okay. Again, I'm saying, if you want to represent infinite language, R and concatenation not enough. You have to use this, because while repeating itself, you can generate some infinite number of strings. Okay. Now, to understand this R star, let me take example of A star. If I say A star, what are the strings it can generate? It can generate epsilon. How do you get epsilon? By writing A power 0. How do you get 1A? By writing A power 1. How do you get 2A? By writing power 2. How do you get 3A? By writing power 3. Are you able to understand? This is exactly same as A power 0 or A power 1 or A power 2 or A power 3 and so on. So which is similar to in mathematics A power n such that n greater than or equal to 0. Which is same as epsilon comma A square A power 3, which is infinitely you can represent all the strings. Got it? Able to understand what is Kleene star? If you write anything power star, means that you can repeat 0 or more occurrences. Here power 0 is very important. The power 0 is a power 0, b power 0, epsilon power 0, pi power 0, r power 0, and ab power 0. Anything a plus b power 0. What will you answer it? Anyone? What do you mean by this power 0 for these forms? Can you try them? And remember, doesn't matter what is that r. Power 0 represent 0 symbols of it. Everyone will get an answer same, epsilon. The first point, anybody doing the mistake, like in mathematics, power 0 represents 1. Here power 0 represents epsilon. 0 symbols of r will get as epsilon. One mistake you might be doing, the pi. This is happened for many people, and they have written pi power 0 is a pi. So for that question, they got wrong answer. Okay. But when we ask a power 1, p power 1, epsilon power 1, pi power 1, r power 1, ab power 1, and a plus b power 1. What do you answer it? Now you should be careful. A power 1 means A, B power 1 means B, epsilon power 1 is epsilon, pi power 1 is pi, R power 1 is R, AB power 1 is AB, A plus B power 1 is A plus B. We'll get one time. Also easier. Now, square, very important. Practice this, then we will start this Kleene plus also. Epsilon square, pi square, R square, AB square, 7, A plus B square. It's 2 times of that R. You should understand, 2 times of that R. What will you get? Aditya, that's what I say, right? It's not pi power. Anything power 0 means 0 symbols of it. Definition of power 0 says, I don't want any symbol from it. I want 0 symbols. 0 symbols of pi is also epsilon. Got it? The power 0, you understand, 0 means 0 symbols. Are you able to understand? The epsilon definition says that it has 0 symbols. So when you put a power 0, that means you got a 0 symbols there. Everybody? It's a definition you should understand, not a pi, not r. It's not about what is inside. It is about what is you are talking about. You are talking about power 0 means 0 symbols of it. You will get epsilon. Doesn't matter you are talking about pi or r. Okay. You are looking at pi because you should not look at, that's what the problem happening. Everybody, power 0 means don't look at inside, but you are looking at, that's why you don't understand. Yeah. Double A because repetitive, that's it. B repeat 2 times, double B. Epsilon repeat 2 times, epsilon, epsilon, but you know, it is just epsilon. And pi repeat twice, pi, pi, but you know, pi dot anything is pi only. Pi dot pi is also pi. R repeat twice, you get the RR, and you can't simplify because it's R you don't know. That's why RR is R square, both are same. That's all. Don't simplify further. AB square means AB you should write twice. AB followed by AB. That's AB, AB, correct? A plus B whole square. How many of you can understand? It's not a mathematical formula to write A square plus B square plus 2AB. You never do that. Okay. So what do you write? A plus B, you should write twice. A plus B, that's why it's A plus B square. What will you get? A dot A, double A comes. A dot B, AB comes. B dot A, BA comes. Plus B dot B, double B comes. Is that clear? Don't write A square plus B square plus 2AB. Here AB and BA both are different. Got my point? If both are same, then you could have got the same answer. A square, B square, 2AB. Here AB, the order is very important in the string. That's why these two are two different strings. Yeah. Great. So I hope you understood what is the powers. Here now we'll go for Kleene plus. What is Kleene plus? Or plus. This is same as 1 or more. Instead of 0 or more, 1 or more. Repetitions of R. It's same as R greater than or equal 1. If you simplify it, R power 1 plus R power 2 plus R power 3 plus and so on. What is the difference between A star and A plus? A plus means you will be having A or A square or A power 3 or A power 4 or and so on. Just A power 0 will not be there as it is a plus, correct? In case if you want to represent mathematical notation, A power n such that n greater than or equal to 1. So you will be having A power 1, A power 2. Power 1 no need to write 1. Obviously it is by default 1. Got it? Then what is the relationship between R star and R plus? R star and R plus. R star you can represent as R plus union epsilon. Because this epsilon you can say as R power 0, R power 0 additionally R plus, you will get same R star. Correct? Second point, many people does a mistake. R plus, can I write R star minus epsilon? Question mark. First one is right. Second one, can I write R plus is equal R star minus epsilon? Let's see how many of you answers. You can't. You can't write. You can see very simple reason. Suppose R is equal just epsilon only, correct? Assume that R is equal to epsilon. Now substitute here epsilon plus. What will you get? Epsilon. And what do you get? Epsilon star minus epsilon. Epsilon star is also epsilon. Epsilon minus epsilon is a pi. And this epsilon plus is epsilon. Are they equal? No. So do not write sometimes will be equal, not all the time. Remember that. Sometimes will be equal. Examples where it fails, right? So in this case, both are not going to be equal. So do not write this statement. This could be equal or not equal, right? May or may not. Depends on or. This will be definitely equal if R cannot generate epsilon. Remember, if R is not having epsilon inside, then this will be almost, this will be equal. Okay. So now don't worry about this. And first one is very important. Okay. Let's practice some of the questions. If you cannot simplify, just write some strings of it. Okay, some of them you can't simplify, then what will you do? Just simplify them as per your understanding. Simplify means write some of the strings. Okay, after this we'll practice remaining. Okay, take time. I'll just look at your answers, then I'll start. Epsilon star, you can write as epsilon power 0, epsilon power 1, epsilon power 2. But if you observe, epsilon power 0 also epsilon, epsilon, even epsilon power 2 is also epsilon. You can simply get like epsilon, epsilon, epsilon. All of them are epsilon, right? The answer is epsilon. You got this answer. So after simplifying. Epsilon plus also will get epsilon only. The reason is all are epsilons from here to here, right? Epsilon power 1, epsilon power 2, everything. Pi star, when you here, some people are doing the mistake. Pi power 0 is there, pi power 1 onwards is a power plus, right? Pi power 1, 2 and everything. And this pi power 0 is actually epsilon, correct? And remaining all are pi's, pi power 1, pi power 2, everything. So what is the result you will see? Epsilon, right? Because you have one of them is epsilon. Epsilon plus pi's is just epsilon. And pi plus you can directly write pi. In these two differences, pi power 0 is there, here not there. That is the reason pi. And a star you can't simplify. You may write like epsilon 1a, 2a and 3a. Right. A power plus, you don't have epsilon here. And this a stars, you can also write epsilon plus a plus, another way. Okay, in exam, if they ask what is epsilon plus a plus, you should answer is a star. And a plus, you can write a plus a square and so on. Okay, if you are interested in other ways, you can write as like, if you take a common, here you have epsilon plus a cube. It's just like a dot a star. Even you can write another way, a star dot a. You will get the same answer, that is a plus. Very important expressions. You can look at this. If you take a common from everywhere, a comes left side, and here you will have epsilon a, double a, and so on. That will give you a star. If all this here, from all this here, if a taken right side like here, and here in between you left a star. And this one you can't simplify. You will get all the strings like epsilon plus 1 length you will get, 2 length also will get by writing square. And here epsilon is not there, but from here everything is there, like a, b plus 2 length is there. Every string will be here and so on. Let's check. AB whole star, nothing to do, just write whatever you have. Epsilon you can get AB by taking a power 1, by taking a power 2, AB. Right. For understanding, just write few strings, not required many. Here epsilon is not there, but it will start from AB. And when you repeat twice, you will get AB, AB. When you repeat thrice, AB, AB, AB. Go on. Whole star, what is the difference? You will have here epsilon. And when you write double A, you can write A square. When you write double A twice, you will get A power 4. When you write double A 3 times, you'll get A power 6. So it's just like even number of A's only. And here epsilon will not be there. A square directly will be there. And A power 4. Both are same. Only epsilon is a different because here power 0 is possibly or not possible. And here A is the minimum string when you take the epsilon here, power 0. You take a power 1, you will have a double A plus 1A, 3 A's will be there. And when you repeat twice, A already there, you will get double A, so total 5 A's will be there, which is nothing but even number of A's. So odd number of A's. Here odd number of A's, even number of A's are there. When you combine these two, like this one especially, you will get even number, all A's, A star. And both are going to give you same epsilon A, here A epsilon. Next one A square, here A square A, you will get A power 3 when you take a power 1. And both are actually will give you same set of strings. Both are used for odd number of A's. This one A is already there inside, so this will be equal to A star only. Just cross check, and any doubt please refer the number, otherwise we will go next. A star plus A, it's not dot A, right? Dot A is different. Let me write that. You are thinking like plus means union. A already there, right? Should I explain that? A star dot A, that will give you A plus. And I'll explain this 15th as you are suffering with this, right? A star plus A. Now you look at A star means epsilon A square, A power 3 and so on, right? Plus additionally what you have A. And see here what is there? A is there and already you are taking A. Why do you want 2 times? You know A plus A is A only now. You don't need 2 times A. Getting? So this A you can simply cancel it as you don't require. So you'll get just A star. Got my point? Dot is there, you are sure. (14, 14) expression looks different, but they get same strings. Getting? They are looking like different, but they does same set of strings. It happens like here A dot A star dot A, but they does same A plus. Just now you are asking the question, right? A plus question. Okay. Any doubt? (15 and 16) they are not same. I'll explain. A star plus A star dot A are the same. How can be the same? If they are same, then dot and plus no difference in the world. Why do you have 2 different names and 2 different definitions? Okay, this one you already know, which is equal to A star, because this A is already there inside as A power 1. But here dot is there. Dot means after A should come, and here epsilon A square, A power 3 and so on, and dot A. Now epsilon dot A, that is how you generate the strings. Epsilon dot A will get A, and A dot A will get A square. So you are going to get the strings here A square A, and both must be there, right? So overall what you get when you are writing the strings, minimum from here you will get A, here you will get A square, here you will get A power 3. Is there any possibility of epsilon? So this will give you A plus, not A star. Got it? Impossible to get epsilon here, because epsilon followed by A is there at the end. Plus means union, plus means R. The plus is actually 2 things. You can call union, you can call R, both are same meaning only. Kiran, you can call, because it is union. Plus means union in our chapter. But dot, don't call intersection, because dot is means followed by this dot, don't call intersection. Okay, union plus you can call union, but dot is different. Dot means after this A should come. Okay, any doubt? Kiran, quick. Any doubts? Clarify yourself. And if you are not able to do it, please ask me doubt. I'll explain. So here there is no mathematical kind of knowledge you should apply. Mathematics you may have easy because addition, subtraction, multiplication. They are not addition, subtraction, multiplication. They are different. Should apply over the strings. Union is just like set, but this dot is not comes under set theory. Something different. Okay. 16 we have done, right? 17. Just now we have seen, right? A followed by A star. A followed by A star. Matlab, if you have, oh, sorry. In every string, you have A and followed by something. In this something, you may get epsilon or 1A or 2A or 3A. So A is always there. But A dot epsilon, you will get A. A dot A, you will get A square. A dot A square, you will get A power 3 and so on. So if you look at overall collection, this collection you may call it as A plus. You cannot call it as A star. Remember it. Okay. And this double A, this union, right? Double A union A star. This double A is already there in the A star. So no use of this, right? You can call A star. This double A already there here. This plus is just like a normal mathematical unions in the set theory. Union is there, right? Similar to that. Here, triple A already here. So why don't you call just A plus? And A plus, all the strings of A plus already there in A star. So A plus union A star, it should give A star. Correct? And dot when you have, you should be careful. But union, so easy. A star union A star. R plus R, similar to that. Correct? A plus union A plus, you will get same. A star union A plus. This entire A plus strings are here and additionally epsilon is here. Okay. Here you should be careful because dot is there. And In this sequence, here I can take any string from A star, here I can take any string from A star. Now overall, I think about it, epsilon dot epsilon. Will you get epsilon? Yes. You take epsilon always, epsilon dot A, epsilon dot A square. Means any string over A, you can get it from here, right? So I can simply get A star, but after analyzing, it's not a formula to remember A star dot A star is A star. Never do that. It may not happen. Are you getting? R dot R square will happen. But somehow this A star whole square is also generating what? A star. Remember this point, okay? And this one, minimum string, you don't get epsilon, you don't get even A followed by A, minimum string is A square. Remember that. The next minimum is, here I can take A always, here I can take anything what I want, A square, A power 3 like that. So everything else you will get after that. But epsilon A you will not get. So A square after you get everything. So A square is compulsory followed by A star. So this is very easy to write. A square, if you want, I can put A power 0, so get it. If I put A power 1, I get this one. If I put A power 2 here, I'll get this. So A square followed by A star are the same as minimum 2A's. Minimum 2A's. In this, you will get minimum 2A's. Here, minimum what? Epsilon dot A, minimum 1A. And after that, A square, many ways to get. Here I can take 1A, or here epsilon, here A square. So A square, all of them will come, but only epsilon is not possible. So answer is A plus. And this one, same, A plus, minimum is 1A. And these two are same, only you are writing different. And this one, epsilon I can get how? I take power 1, you have two choices. I can get it from here, yes or no? So epsilon. And 1A I can get it from here. 2A's, I repeat twice, and 2 times I'll take from here. That is A square. And A power 3, I can repeat 3 times. Every time I'll take A. And so on. So what is this called as? Is A star only? And when you look at this, epsilon is not there from outside because power 0 is not possible. But inside you have it. So you can call it as A star. What is equal to? A star. And A plus, except epsilon, everybody there, union epsilon. Will you get A star? Yes. And this is something R plus plus epsilon, you can write R star, that is A plus B whole star. Any doubt in any expression, let me know, then we will go further. Yes, 25, you can write. Many ways you can write. A plus you can write. A plus A you can write. This 25 you can write many ways. The idea is like you should get a minimum 2 A's. And every string should be there after that. That you can represent many ways. 26, 27. Just now explain now. A star dot A plus, correct? Now I'm trying to show that don't try to understand everything, every string, because same string happens multiple times. Here, what is the minimum string? Epsilon dot A. Is this the minimum or not? That means you can get minimum is A only, not epsilon, not right, not A power 0, correct? That's a minimum. Now after that I'm saying that I have in my language A is there. Now I will show that A square is there, A power 3 is there, A power 4 is there. How will you show that? A square I can generate many ways, epsilon dot A square, or here I can write 1A, here I can write 1A, but here you can't put epsilon, remember? So look at this, all of them will give you A square only. You think one way that would be sufficient. A power 3, how do you get? I can take A star dot A plus A power 3, how do you get? I can get A power 2, here 1A. Or I can take 1a here, a square, because plus means I can also have a 2 there. And another way, I can put epsilon, I can put a power 3. In all of them, you will get a power 3 only. That means everything is possible or not except epsilon. Epsilon, I can write here, but I can't write here. That's why overall, you never get epsilon there. Correct? That is the reason this is equal to a plus. Whatever a plus is doing, it's not a mathematics to understand 2 plus 3 is a 5. Getting? You can't understand just by looking at it. You have to derive it. From a star, everything is possible. A plus except epsilon. So what is overall? Both must be there because dot is there. If plus is there here, if plus is there here, you'll get answer is star, because a star union a plus is a star, because a star has everything. So you should have an idea, why are you doing this concatenation, how to do it. Clear? Now if you understood this, the next one is obvious same. Okay, 26 and 27 almost same, just they are swapped it like that. Right, 26, 27 both are same. Just I just did just switch the operands of the dot. Any other doubt? Very important to begin. If I go directly for the expressions, you may not understand what I am trying to tell. But if you understand this, then the whole topic will become easy. Did I write that? Dash. Did I write A star, B star? Why are you going for that? It is A star, B star is A star, B star only. Why are you worried about A star, B star? Okay. Very important slide. Maybe not easy sometimes to understand these points. Will take time to understand. This is a slide you may require 1 hour to spend only one slide. You may require, remember that. So with this, you will have the complete basics with you, but this slide is really important. Okay, I'll give you conclusion, like I will give you even a hint and conclusion of all this. They're all going to generate the same language or same set of strings. You should think like what strings they generate, like epsilon will they generate, a will they generate, b will they generate. So let me help you. There is one concept before explaining this. We call sigma is what? A comma B, right? So this A comma B I can write as A plus B. Correct. Sorry, A plus B. That's it. A plus B. Simply when I write sigma star, people may write as A comma B whole star in mathematics, or you may write A plus B whole star. What do you mean by this? The sigma star means you have a power 0 union, power 1 union, power 2 union, power 3 union, power 4 union, and all of them. What this sigma power 0 represents? A plus B power 0 means which is equal to epsilon. Yes or no? Union. Power 1 means A plus B power 1. What it generates? It generates A or B, not both at a time. Either A or B, only one at a time. Union. Power 2 means when you repeat twice, you can get a double A. When you repeat twice, you may get A, B. First time A, second time B. When you repeat twice, first time you can take a B, next time you can take A because two choices every time. And when you repeat twice, you can get a B both the times, double B. Right? Union, power 3, A plus B power 3. What will you get? Power 2 you will get 2 lengths, power 3 you get 3 lengths because every time you will get 1 length. No? So like triple J, A B, A B A, till you will get all the strings triple B, 3 length, right? You understood why it has every string in the sigma star A plus B whole star? And this factor, like if anybody asks, what is a sigma power K has? Sigma is A comma B, then what is the sigma power K? It is nothing but it is a set which has all K length strings. Which length? All K length strings. Okay, now when you come to this question, you are looking at the same concept. Just you need to realize, will I have everything? Right? When I take an expression, am I able to generate every string or not? Just prove it. I have everything like epsilon possible, A possible, B possible, double A possible, A B B A B B. If everything is possible, that is definitely equal to A plus B whole star. Now I'm trying to prove that this is having A plus B whole star, not like A power 0 is there, 1A is there, 2A's is there, and so on, plus B is there whole star. Do you need all of them? Just you need this A, right? And just you need this B. Is it already having A plus B whole star? Correct or not? Remaining all are useless. This A can do A square. This everything can do epsilon also, power 0, right? Whatever you're writing other than A here, they are redundant. If you are taking remaining, you are actually generating the string which is already done. Everybody got? You can't, no need to prove like this. Understand, that is very important. It's not like that you should do like what I did, right? It's just like A plus B whole star. How did you get this? You need to have a brain. Not this is not simplified directly all the time. Okay, sometimes very hard to say A plus B whole star. Only you can prove it every string in A plus B whole star that I can generate from here. Okay, are you able to understand the remaining? It's not one or two. Everything is the same answer. If anybody assuming it's different, that is your mistake. Okay, everyone is same. You should just realize they're all same. But how? That's what the question is. Now, try yourself. Let me know which problems that you are not able to do. I'll explain. Okay. Which one you are thinking that you can't do everything? Then I'll explain them. Just provide the number. I'll explain how to generate every string. Just we have to prove every string is there. one by one. Explain 31. 31 just now explained, right? Oh, 31. After explaining also you are having a doubt. A star plus B whole star. Can I generate epsilon? How? Power 0. Doesn't matter what you put inside. Can I have 1a? How do I do? Power 1, put a power 1. Because two choices, you can take anything. Can I get a b? I can take a power 1 and in that just take a b because you can go any side. Can I get a double a? I can take a square and don't go other side because plus means any side is fine. Power 1. You got it right. AB, how do you get? Go twice. One time. Every time no need to take the same. First time I want a, so I'll take a power 1. Second time I want a b, so I'll take it. Are you able to understand what you ask that I can generate? BA. I go twice again, but first time I'll take a b because I have two choices. I'll go b here, and second time I'll take a power 1. So are you able to understand? This is how you should realize you can generate every string in this. It's not easy to understand like mathematics, but derive it, you can understand. Are you able to get? That means ask me anything. I have already proven it. How did I prove it? Very simple way. See, I know a plus b whole star does everything. I am showing that I have a plus b whole star. How? A star I'm writing here. Correct? This is a star plus b. Now, can't you realize that you have a plus b whole star? This a is there, I'll go here or I'll go here because I have both of them. Then that is enough, right? Remaining all are useless for you. Even they are, you no need to take them because by taking them also you can't generate extra string. Able to understand? Very simple method I've explained. Any other other than the 31? Any other? This is a 31 explanation. Any other number that you want? Please let me know quickly. One of the important slide that you have right now. It may take 1 hour or some people may take even more than 1 hour too if they want it. 33. I'm not getting single A. Did I get single A? I am not getting single A. Remember, I am considering single A. I am not getting. This is expression which does everything in the world. And even you cannot generate more than this. What it is doing same as what a plus b whole star doing. Understand? It's a very simple expression. No need to write like this. It's already expression. Only you should understand what it does. It does everything in the world. That's all. It can generate. Ask me anything. I'll prove from here. That's it. What it does, it also does same. What it does, it also does the same. And that is the reason I explained for sigma star. Sigma star generates every string in the world. Then this is equal to sigma star because this does everything. Because whenever I ask, take this A and take this B only. If even I ask triple A, there are many ways to do. But take 3 times, this one triple A 3 times you repeat because you power 3 you have it. Other way, this triple A you can get it from A power 3 here. Go only once, you can get it here. There are many ways to get a triple A. 2 times also I can generate. First time 1A, second time A square. This triple A I can generate many ways here. Getting 100 times also by going I can generate this. How? 99 times I take epsilon. 1 time I take A power 3. Are you getting? Just to generate triple A, there are many ways, not many, infinite ways you have. But in this triple A, you can generate only one way by repeating 3 times. So this is kind of deterministic way. This is, multiple ways you can generate the same string. That's why this is not easy to understand like this one. This one, if you ask me any string, only one way you will get here. But here, you will get multiple, not multiple, infinite ways you can get it here. Okay. So understand what's the problem with this. Okay. Somebody asked 33. Well, 33 and 31, what is the difference? Here just take 1A, here just take 1B. You got everything now. Why are you worried about A power 2, A power 3, A power 4? They are useless for you because 1a can do a power 4. Even though you have epsilon, that epsilon can be done from power 0 also. Getting? Here just 1a required, remaining all can be done by 1a. When a plus b whole star is doing everything, why do you want a star plus b star whole star? Getting? Very easy point. Why are you asking useless question right now? Okay, please ask me something else which is you can't. 34. 34 is a good question. 34. A star, B star, whole star. Now we have a problem. How to understand that it does exactly like A plus B whole star? Correct? And I'm trying to help you. This does epsilon, A, B, double A, B, every string what you write. Correct or not? I'm just trying to prove whatever you want, you can also get from here. That everybody knows because A plus B whole star generates every string power 0, power 1, power 2, power 3. That means 0 length, 1 length, 2 length, 3 length, everybody is generated. Correct? This epsilon is what? A plus B power 0. This A and B what? A plus B power 1. And this A plus B power 2. And like this here, till triple B is a 3 length. So they are A plus B power 3. And it generates every power. Correct? Now, how to understand this also does the same, one by one. First, can you generate epsilon? Yes. How? By taking power 0. Yes or no? Can I get a 1a? How? Take a power 1. In that, just take a power 1, b power 0. Both you have to tell how power will be considered. A power 1, b power 0. When you consider, then a will come out. Okay, now only a you can't write because b also should be shown because dot is there in between, not a plus. And b, how do you generate? Power 1 because you have to go inside to get a b, and a you don't want, so power 0, b you want, so b power 1. How do you get double j? Power 1, obviously power 2 also can do it, but power 1 also can do it. A square and b power 0. This can be done another way also. You can go twice, right? First time you take a power 1, second time also you take a power 1, other is b power 0. There are multiple ways how to get a double j. Just think one way that you have it. And ab and many other ways. I am not writing all of them, remember, many other ways too. ab, one time is enough, a power 1, b power 1. ba, now many people have a problem. When you look at a followed by b is there, but you want a ba. What do? Go twice. First time you want a b, second time you want a. b you want, so put a power 0. Then b power 1, b you got first. Then a you want, so a power 1, b power 0. This is how you get a b followed by a. When you look at after a, b is there, but you can disappear this by putting a power 0. Okay? And you got what I'm saying? Double b and everything. So people should understand how this can generate every string only by understanding. Okay? Got it? Gangotri? Any other problem that you have? 36? 34 is understood? 36. Both are same now. Only epsilon, how do you get? Inside a power 0, b power 0. 36 and 34, both I'll compare. What is the difference? How this is equal to a star b star whole plus? How they are equal to a plus b whole star? The reason is here epsilon, how do you get? Power 0 you can get, even power 1 by putting a power 0, b power 0. Power 2 also you can get. Multiple ways you can get epsilon, but here epsilon how do you get? Power 0 you can't, but power 1 you can get by writing a power 0, b power 0. Even power 2 also possible by writing a power 0, b power 0 every time. Understood? That's only the difference. Remaining all will be there. If you want a power 1, b power 0, go one time. Here also same, go one time, a power 1, b power 0. This is only the difference. Epsilon, how do you generate? For epsilon, power 0 can do, power 1 can do, power 2 can do. But here power 0 can't, but power 1, power 2. But epsilon is there anyhow in both the places. And any of you already know A is possible, B is possible, AA is possible. Just now we have proved it. Correct? Here also possible, everything else. Only confusion is, do you have epsilon or not? It has everything, you know it. Got it? Very simple doubt. Just give a small effort understanding power 0. Any other number? Quick. Any other number? Just everybody should realize you can generate every string. These are the expressions which are asked directly in the exam and may come again in the exam too. Go ahead. 43. 43. 43. So easy. You know, I'm just going to prove A plus B whole plus is there. Additionally, just you need epsilon. Epsilon can't you get from here? Except epsilon, already every string you can generate from this too. Only epsilon that you get power 0 is there here. So if you want epsilon, go here and put a power 0. Remaining everything, you can take the help of this too, because this is there, right? So somehow you can realize A plus B whole plus is there just by deleting this, because R you don't need. But if you want epsilon, what do? Power 1 in this power 0. So how do you get this epsilon? Go here and put a power 0 and power 1, and remaining you don't take it. Got it? So A plus B whole plus epsilon is already, you know, it's A plus B whole star. You can just look at it. This part is you are taking only for epsilon. Remaining, don't worry, A, B, you don't need them, because this can do it. Just like A plus B plus epsilon whole plus. So now with this, I'm writing one more, 44, I'm writing here. That is A plus B plus epsilon whole plus. This also does the same answer, right? If you realize it, in this A is there, B is there, epsilon is there. There's another question I have written for you. Right. So simplifying is very important. So just by looking at it, you don't understand sometimes. But yeah, for this also easy to understand. Like how? Here you put A power 0, AB power 0, you have A or not. You put BA power 0, you have a B or not. A plus B whole star. Whatever I ask, do this way. I want double A, go twice here, and AB power 0, AP power 0. You will get double A. So when you realize like this, you get every string. But sometimes, like these questions, you can't realize. You have to prove it. Because by looking at it, you don't understand it's A plus B whole star. Okay? And these are also, you don't understand by looking at it. You have to prove it. If I want to start with A, I have to take this. If I want to start with B, you put a power 0 and you have to go inside. But all of them are going to give you the same set of strings. Again, if you have any more questions, please let me know. So today you should practice this much. Everybody, can you do that? And take it as homework and take every expression. What you have to prove? All you will get every string. If you are not able to generate any string, like let's say AB, you are not able to generate. Ask me in the next class, like, sir, this is not able to understand how it generates AB. Getting? That star, you have lot of choices. Whole plus, except 0, everything is possible.